channel. Today we're headed to Bisbee, Arizona. We're on the hunt for an El Camino SS 396. I've seen pictures of it. This is my dad's car. Allegedly it was set up as some sort of race vehicle of some type. Right now we're at the Nashville airport, heading to Bisbee. Yes. Yes. Airplanes are so sick. Try to find a Lone Star or a Shiner Bach or something like that. Pound that down, get that right down the neck. Maybe something to eat. Planes, trains, automobiles. Tucson, Arizona. You can tell we're in the desert because of the cactuses. That's my dad. He's the guy with the El Camino. Well, we're here in the Arizona desert, and we found the 1970 SS El Camino 396. Do a little walk around. So for starters, this is a real SS. This is the original 396 right here. The 396 is out of the car because of this. Yeah, that's a big hole in the piston. It lost a valve, took out that piston. Somebody was racing this. This was a race car of some type on some track. The suspension is staggered. It looks like it was set up for like a big oval. The rear end gear ratio is like a 270 something. Unknown history. This is a small block that my dad just put in there just to get this thing back on the road, running and driving. While the small block's in it, he can cruise it around and enjoy the car, and then address the big block. Fix it, build it out, and put it back in the car. It has a Turbo 400 that has the camper shell. This is an old camper shell. Many different colors of paint. Got a little dent there. That is an interesting kind of dent right there. These fenders don't have any red paint on it. The car was originally red. This side has a big dent in it. A dent acquired during a race. This looks like rubbin. Rubbin's racing, you know what I'm saying? Got into the rocker a little bit right there. A lot of history in this car. Here's the headers that came off of the big block. These are massive, massive primaries. This thing means business. All right, let's take a look inside here. So it's rough. Oh yeah. Oof. So I have your water temperature. These two other temperature gauges. One of them is for the rear end temp. Whoa. Awesome wiring here. Got this little racing steering wheel. Questions, what was this guy doing? Who was this person? So this was expired in 06. 06. The registration expired 18 years ago. This came out of a private junkyard. You know, it's been parked up for 18 years. It could be more. It could be more like 20. National Chevelle Owners Association, 64 to 72. Malibu, Super Sport El Camino. El Camino Chevelle Camino World with a K, Owners Association member, 59 to 87. If anyone knows what the deal is with all that, fire off in the comments. Very interesting stuff. So this motor, my brother built this motor. 4-bolt main, standard, 350. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 30 over. Has the camel hump heads on it. Got some nice ceramic coated headers. Not sure if it has stock valve spring. It has this single plane Y-end intake manifold, polycarb, single pumper, no choke, vacuum secondary. I think it has, I'm not sure what the cam specs are, but it's like a circle track kind of cam. But that motor was built for this boat. This boat. So, yeah. There is a lot. That's kind of an understatement. But I'll say it again. There's a lot to unpack regarding this boat. We'll save that maybe for a different time. Comment down below if you would like the story about this boat. There's a lot to talk about, but we're gonna have to save that for a different day. I'm not even gonna pull the cover off. Don't even worry about it. There's that small block went here. There's a clutch, there's a Jaguar third member, and then there's a chain, and there's that. I'm gonna let your imagination run wild with that, but the boat was built over many years. The engine was built for the boat. That was the power plant for the boat. Things happen. Time goes on. SS El Caminos were located in the desert and then purchased, and then engine swaps happen. So the car does run and drive. We started it up yesterday. But there's things that need to be addressed. The brakes need to be addressed. Throttle pedal, linkage and cable need to be addressed. A lot of wiring needs to be addressed. Door parts need to be addressed. All right, little detour here. This is the part of the yard that the El Camino came out of. Amazing. Got one of these laying around. The El Camino was right here, parked up for years. Right here somewhere. I think it was kind of where this trailer is, 9-inch. Good morning. Well, we're back. Another day out here in Arizona desert. We're gonna head to the house, make a list, make some calls, get some parts, and make this thing happen. That's the goal, is to get this old 1970 El Camino SS 396 X-Desert race car. Mystery history, parked for 20 years, dragged out of its desert grave, and rip it down the roads that it once used to dominate. Here's our list. Old gas, exhaust, fan, air cleaner, wiring, camber shell, clean the window, sway bar, license plate, brake throttle. Fan, temp probe, thermostat. This is what we got going for mufflers. We got our collector, muffler, pinched, gonna tack this welded. Looks something like this. We got a fresh 14x4 filter element. We got our base on. There's a spacer, new air cleaner top, made a stud for it. We got our fan mounted, our temp probe, our thermostat. We're getting some wiring done. We got a fuse block, we got a switch. Basically everything's gonna go through this switch, the fan, the fuel pump, and the ignition. Here are the mufflers. We just gotta button up some wiring and I'll bolt the mufflers on, and then we can fire this thing up. right, my turn to drive here. This is how we're starting this rig. Fires up good. Holy shit. Sitting right up on that hill, 20 years. We're in Lowell right now. Behind this building is where that car sat for 20 years. This guy is the guy that owns the shop that it was behind. This whole street is just lined with these old cars. Pretty awesome.
Slow down, cut.
Drop me out here in the desert. Well, there you have it. 1970 El Camino SS 396, pulled out of the junkyard, pulled from its desert grave, small block swapped in, wiring harness bypassed, bare minimum done, back hitting 100 miles an hour down the desert roads. Let me know what you guys think of the El Camino. I got a plane to catch in a couple hours. That's going to do it for this week. Very high likelihood we're going to see this car on this channel again. Appreciate you guys sticking around, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Stuck out here in the desert. Very nasty.